Welcome to another thrilling episode from Marvelous Videos. I'm your host Gemma, and today I'll be taking you through Super Soldier Clark Kent, Amalgam Explained. Comic books are no strangers to franchise crossovers, and with Marvel and DC often being the top dogs in the game, they have obviously joined hands with one another. However, that's exactly what sets the Amalgamation apart from the rest, as you can judge what it's from the name itself. It's not Marvel and DC coming together, it's their fusion. With the idea of a fusion being on the table, the possibilities of imagination are endless. A Batman who creates his own high-tech suits like Tony Stark and has nanotech implanted into his body. Thor and Wonder Woman, both heroes inspired by mythology, merging their powers to become one. And the very canon one that is the core of today's video, the fusion of Captain America and Superman, creating one of the strongest beings the world of fiction has ever seen. Still can't beat Goku though. Before diving into the content, we would like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to Marvelous Videos, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload a video. We would be grateful to you, and we hope to bring you the best nerdy content. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Why did the amalgamation take place? The 1990s created the Amalgam multiverse after a series of crossover comics and superhero polls. Following a mini-series where the two franchises of Marvel and DC crossed over, heroes and anti-heroes from both worlds were made to go against each other in audience polls for a versus with reference to strength or the outcome of a 1 versus 1 battle. The tallies from the polls determine who would win the match, taking place in the comics, but here's where things got even more exciting. The Marvel and DC franchises were personified into cosmic beings known as brothers. These brothers challenged each other, and the outcome of their battle would determine which verse can exist and which verse cannot. So, the stakes were high. 11 different battles were held and DC pulled through really well. The Flash defeated Quicksilver, Robin defeated the X-Men Jubilee, Aquaman took down Submariner, Batman outmaneuvered Captain America, and Superman won against the Hulk. However, on the other end, Marvel too emerged victorious. Elektra, Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Storm, and Thor defeated Catwoman, Green Lantern, Superboy, Lobo, and Wonder Woman respectively. So Marvel won 6-5, which meant that DC would cease to exist. But before the DC universe could collapse, there was a plot twist. DC's Spectre and Marvel's Living Tribunal, who is a humanoid cosmic entity, had fused the two universes, that is DC's Earth with Marvel's Earth 616, while the others were fighting, giving birth to the Amalgam universe. In this world, Bruce Wayne became a SHIELD agent. Meanwhile, Steve Rogers became Clark Kent and gained the abilities of a Kryptonian after he was made to be the subject of a super soldier experiment for World War II. With this universe in existence, you'd wonder which franchise published it. There's an answer to that as well. The two brothers, or basically Marvel and DC, published it under a different imprint called the Amalgam Comics. These combo heroes appeared in 12 such comics, and it even fused side characters such as Moonwing, which is Dick Grayson, into Moon Knight, Amazon, a combination of Wonder Woman and Storm, and Spider-Boy, a combination of Spider-Man and Superboy, alongside several others. However, this also birthed a new character called Access. He was the only one who could split the world of DC and Marvel apart once again. But he had his obstacles. A combination of Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate, and Charles Xavier, called Doctor Strange Fate, hunted Access to stop him. But ultimately, Access restored the universes, so yay! Super Soldier Clark Kent Origin. One of the Amalgam comics explored this crazily powerful character who is Clark Kent with his Superman powers. However, it all takes place in Captain's universe, with the World War II setting and a green Lex Luthor version of the Red Skull. Add some Zola in the mix as well. We are taken back to the American government's time with the Super Soldier formula. However, this formula wasn't the one that powered Steve Rogers. It was created using the cellular samples from an alien corpse when an unknown spaceship had crash landed in Kansas. They used the formula on a man named Clark Kent. They had also gained enough information about their experiment to know that solar radiation would benefit them. Both the sources were fused, giving rise to a dip so spicy that it would eventually have the entire world war on a chokehold. Clark Kent's new strength turned out to be beyond human comprehension. Meanwhile, journalist Jimmy Olsen struck a deal with the government by which he would keep all the information and secret provided that he was made to be government's official press flag with reference to this super soldier. We also have a Hydra in this story as the villainous organisation that is running the terrible activities. Super Soldier Clark Kent fights the Hydra members and the Nazis with Sergeant Rock and Agent Peggy Carter. Meanwhile, Hydra is actually being puppeteered by its behind-the-scenes leader and friend of Adolf Hitler, Lex Luthor, who is American, which is the biggest sus part of the story. The Super Soldier almost wins the entire war by himself by March 1942, but that gets trampled by the Ultra Metallo, a technological creation of Hydra that bears a huge Nazi symbol on its chest and seems to be superior to this super soldier. Clark Kent fights this creation, but for some reason loses, even though someone with Superman's powers shouldn't lose to 1940s technology. And yet, the story then follows his loss with Clark sinking beneath the icy waters alongside Ultra Metallo. Jimmy Olsen is a witness and believes that Clark is dead. However, he keeps the Allies and the crowd's morale up by stating that America has won the war while the super soldier has retired. Half a century flies by in this world with so-called retired super soldier until the Justice League Avengers of the JLA discovers his frozen body. Stuck in a state of cryogenesis, Clark's body did not age, as it was advanced enough to lower its own body temperature to survive. He is brought to the new world where he begins to work at the Daily Planet. However, Lex Luthor is still alive. Luthor had found this mysterious mineral called the Green K, which you can guess is the kryptonite, that he'd gathered from the spaceship crash. He had injected it into himself to sustain his body and increase his lifespan. He had also taken up a weird green skin colour, and so, with the return of the super soldier, he had to start playing his games once again. One day, he got hold of Jimmy Olsen. The journalist, now old, was badly beaten up to relay a message to Clark Kent. Turns out, Hydra was in Washington DC. Meanwhile, something had caused the super soldier's powers to dwindle. Super Soldier reaches his destination on time and takes on Luthor's Hydra henchmen. Soon, Luthor appears and reveals Ultra Metallo to Clark once again. The creation had been revived and had also given Clark a run for his money during his prime. So with his powers weakened, there was no doubt about Ultra Metallo's victory. It also had a bomb planted in its chest which was set to detonate once the device reached inside the White House. This would turn Washington DC into ash. Super Soldier felt tremendous guilt over not being able to end the war 50 years ago, but this time he was ready to do it, even if it meant putting his own life on the line. What he didn't know was that it was powered by the Green K, a mineral that was his weakness, which was another thing he was oblivious to. Luthor's bombs, called the K-bombs, were also powered by this mineral, which put Super Soldier at a massive disadvantage. In fact, the fallout from Luthor K's bombs was the reason why the modern-day Super Soldier was weaker. There was a cloud of the mineral over Earth, and it affected no one but him. Not only did Super Soldier have to defeat the very thing that sapped his powers and save the city, but the man behind his biggest loss was also an American who wanted America to fall to its feet and not one of the Nazis. Luthor manoeuvred Ultra Metallo and Super Soldier seemed to be much weaker against it. He soon realised that Green K was his weakness and that he would always survive Ultra Metallo's attacks by simply falling into lead. This meant that lead protected him against the Green K. He soon came up with a plan to use lead pipes to destroy the machine before it could detonate. Ultimately, he was able to take it down from the inside and the lead neutralised the Green K. Luthor's reality was finally exposed and he was incarcerated. What makes the Captain America Superman hybrid so strong? Similar to Superman, Super Soldier is no stranger to a super wide arsenal of powers and abilities. His superhuman strength, durability, speed, stamina, and longevity are key players that make him the crazy strong superhero that he is. He can lift 1,000,000 tons, so he is immune to yo mama jokes. He can also fly, use heat vision alongside other enhanced vision abilities such as microscopic vision, telescopic vision, and X-ray vision. He also has superhuman hearing and freeze breath. He has superhuman smell. The eating experience might be complicated if it is not a voluntary action. Super scream, like your mother from the when you were a kid who brought D grades home due to a comic addiction, and has regenerative healing. Finally, he is self-sufficient as he does not need to eat or sleep, which makes him the most productive person for the corporate world. So he can also be a super employee. With super soldier training comes super soldier abilities. He has learned advanced hand-to-hand combat from Darklaw and Amazon. He knows boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, and fencing. He wields a vibranium steel alloy shield just like Cap. He excels as a strategist, has an indomitable will, is a super good marksman, and drives so well that he can easily parallel park. He is also multilingual and can speak English, Russian, Italian, Japanese, and German. So he can watch anime without subtitles, which is honestly too powerful. His IQ is also that of a genius, so he is basically a perfect human being. With all of these at play, imagine a live-action super soldier. Moreover, if he is given Chris Evans and Henry Cavill's looks, he will acquire another superpower called super good looks. That's not happening though. But there's more to his story than what we've said so far, such as his fight with the monstrous alien Doomnaut, or him being dead in an alternate universe with Lobo, the doc who investigates the deaths of the Amalgam superheroes. And with that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think of Super Soldier and the Amalgam universe? Did you enjoy this video? If yes, then don't forget to like and comment on this video. Till then, goodbye and have a nice one.